This video is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc. If you're looking for cards in the US, look no further as you can use the promo code MTGMUDSTA to get you 5% off anything on the site. Or if you're in Canada like me, you can use the same promo code at Multizone to get 10% off your orders of singles. If cards aren't what you're looking for, Original Magic Art has playmats, tokens, and sweet art that you can use that same promo code to help you get 5% off your order there. If you're looking to bling out your cards, using Alter Sleeves is a great way to do so, and you can click the affiliate link in my About section to help out the channel as you make an order. And if you just want to help out the channel, you can always consider becoming a patron for as little as $1 a month and join the generic Goblin Gang. Hey gang, I just want to bring to your attention that Johannes Voss and Original Magic Art are teaming up. This will be the first time that some of his beautiful art for cards like Gift of Orzhova, the Dog Plains, the Kaldheim Island, Prismatic Bridge, and Carpet of Flowers are available on playmats. The Kickstarter is running from September 13th until October 13th, and you can help support it and my channel at the same time by using the affiliate link below. Hey gang, and welcome back. Today's game has me playing my Ramos deck, which I've altered thanks to a lot of suggestions in my old videos and Twitter. I can meet a Parcel Beast, Prairie Stream, Archipelagor, Sacred Foundry, Farseek, Canopy Vista, and Supply and Demand. New to the channel is Elliot playing Gisela, keeping a Diamond Knight, Fabled Passage, 2 Mountains, Command Beacon, and Sunforger. Johnny is playing Adrix and Nev Twin Casters, keeping Regal Force, Perplexing Test, Parallel Lives, Prosperous Pirates, Tranquil Thicket, Yavimaya Coast, and a Forest. Also new is Morgan playing Brutaclad, keeping a Mountain, Wheel of Misfortune, Island, Curse of Opulence, Improbable Alliance, Command Tower, and Shivan Reef. Morgan wins the die roll and starts us off. Morgan plays a Command Tower as the first land for the game, and curses Johnny with Curse of Opulence, passing to me. I play a Canopy Vista, which comes in tapped. Elliot plays a Mountain. Johnny plays a Forest. Morgan plays an Island, and 2 mana gets him an Improbable Alliance. I play a Woodland Cemetery, and then pay 2 for Farseek. I pass, searching for Steam Vents. Elliot plays another Mountain for turn, and casts Lightning Greaves, and passes to Johnny. Johnny plays a Yavimaya Coast, and casts Rampant Growth. He finds and puts out a tapped island, passing back to Morgan. Morgan plays an island for turn, and puts to stack a Wheel of Misfortune. We each secretly pick a number, with Elliot and I picking 0, Johnny picking 8, and Morgan picking 3. Johnny takes 8, and wheels with Morgan, while Elliot and I do nothing. Morgan also gets to make a fairy token from the Improbable Alliance trigger, seeing him draw a second card. He then passes to me. I play a Plains and cast Seasons of Growth, a viewer-submitted addition to my deck. Elliot's turn is very quick as he plays a Plains and then casts a Diamond Knight. It enters, and he picks white, passing to Johnny. Johnny plays a Mosswort Bridge, which comes in tapped, and he hides away one of his top 4 cards. He then plays his copy of Farseek and goes to find another island, which comes in tapped. Morgan draws and plays a Mountain. He casts Storm the Vault and goes to combat. He swings the fairy token at Johnny for 1, getting a gold token from attacking and a treasure token from connecting thanks to Storm the Vault. He then passes while searching for his tokens to represent them on the board. I play a Sacred Foundry, dealing 2 to myself so it comes in untapped, and cast the tutor half of Supply and Demand. I go into my library and reveal Vadrock and pass to Elliot. Elliot plays a tapped Temple of Triumphs, scrying 1 but keeps it on top. He then taps 3 mana for Sunforger, passing to Johnny. Johnny taps enough in his main phase for his commanders, Adrix and Nev Twin Casters, and then ships it to Morgan. Morgan plays an island for turn and goes to combat. The fairy token goes at Johnny once more, making him a gold from attacking and a treasure as it connects. In his second main phase, Morgan then plays out Krenko, Tin Street Hooligan, and passes to me. I untap and draw. I play a Vadrock, which as it enters, lets me scry one from Seasons of Growth, already validating its inclusion in my deck. I then play a tap Prairie Stream and pass to Elliot. Elliot plays out a Fabled Passage and cracks it to go and find a Plains. He then gears up the Knight with the Sunforger and moves to combat. He doesn't go at Johnny despite the fact they would ramp him, and instead hits Morgan for 5. Johnny draws and takes 1 tapping the coast to help cast an Eternal Witness. Responding to his own creature spell in the stack, he casts Double Major, creating a copy of the creature spell. This makes him a token copy of the Eternal Witness, which because of Adrix and Nev, makes him an additional copy for a total of 3 Eternal Witnesses. And he returns Farseek, Rampant Growth, and Prosperous Pirates. Johnny then moves to his end step and has to discard down to 7. Morgan draws and looks around the boards. He once more swings the fairy at Johnny, making a gold token from attacking and a treasure token as it connects. He then plays a War Room in his second main phase and activates it, drawing a card and losing 2 life. This gets him another fairy token from the Improbable Alliance. Morgan then passes, transforming the Storm the Vault into Vault of Catlacan, which I think might be the first time this card has ever flipped on my channel. My turn has me playing out a Simic Key Rune in my main phase, and then I play 1 green and 1 blue to mutate a Parcel Beast onto Vadrok. I cast Farseek from my graveyard with Vadrok's Mutate trigger, and then completely forget about the Season's Draw trigger. Moving to combat, I swing Vadrox at Morgan, who blocks his newly made fairy token. Elliot casts a Sol Ring in his main phase, and then tries to bring up Gisela. It gets countered with an Arcane Denial from Morgan, and Elliot and Morgan get a delayed draw trigger on Johnny's turn. Elliot and Morgan draw their cards, and Johnny draws for turn. He casts a Prosperous Pirates in his main phase, and as it enters, they're supposed to make him 2 treasure tokens, which are doubled because of Adrix and Nev, making him a total of 4. He uses one of them to cycle a Lonely Sandbar, drawing a card. And once that's done, he uses 2 more treasures for a Nature's Lore to ramp some more. He finds a forest, and then casts a Rampant Growth using the last treasure and the forest he found to go ramp again. In Morgan's main phase, he taps his vault for a lot of blue mana, and uses some of it to help bring up Brutaclad after tapping a mountain. He then taps enough for a Curiosity Crafter after his commander resolves, and then plays a mountain for turn. Moving to combat, he makes a Mirror token from Brutaclad's trigger, and then has all of his tokens transformed to become a copy of the fairy token. He decides to swing 4 at Johnny, and then 2 apiece at Elliot and I. He makes a gold token from swinging at Johnny, and then draws 8 cards from the crafter seeing the tokens connect. With nothing else, he passes turn. I play a forest, and mutate Gemrazor onto Vadrok, drawing a card from Seasons. And then casting a Farseek from the Vadrok Mutate trigger, and blowing the curse from the Gemrazor one. I find a tapped Watery Grave from the Farseek, and I then try and mutate Cavern Whisperer onto the stack, and I draw from the Seasons of Growth. Responding to the Whisperer on the stack, Morgan uses a Braid to deal 3 damage to Vadrok and takes it out. The Whisperer does still come in though, it just doesn't get to mutate, and I'm sad, and I pass. Elliot plays a Plains, and taps enough to cast Michiko Kanda. He then adds a counter to the Knight, and once that's done, puts the Lightning Greaves onto Michiko, and passes to Johnny. Johnny's main phase has him casting a Hornet Queen. This has him gaining 8 insect tokens instead of the usual 4 because of his commanders being out, and with nothing else, Johnny passes. Morgan draws for turn, and in his main phase, casts a Time Stream Navigator. He gets his City's Blessing token ready, but Elliot tells him to pump the brakes as he detaches the Sunforger from his Knight to go and find a red or white instant card. He reveals Lapse of Certainty, and Morgan puts the creature on top of his library instead of onto the battlefield. Morgan then casts Karn Sign of Urza, and down takes the Walker to make a 0/0 artifact construct token that gets pumped by how many artifacts he has out. He then plays out Frostboil Snarl, revealing an island from his hand so it comes in untapped, and moves to combat. He makes a mirror token with the Brutaclad trigger, and then decides to have all of his tokens become a copy of the token that Karn made. This means he's a giant board of even bigger robots, ready to smash face because they have haste. He splits up his tokens and swings 4 at me and the rest at Elliot, which even with our blocks is enough to take us both out. Morgan also gets to draw a ton of cards from the crafter triggers from seeing tokens do damage. He then casts a perplexing test in his post-combat main phase, and has it return all non-token creatures to their owner's hands. Once that's done, he recasts the Curiosity Crafter so you won't need to discard at the end of turn, and once more drops the Timestream Navigator, and then casts an Izzet Signet. He realizes he should have also put in a token out from the Improbable Alliance, doing so now, and passes to Johnny. Johnny draws and swings at Morgan with his insect tokens. Morgan blocks with 2 of his flyers, and before moving to damage, Johnny activates his Mosswar Bridge to cast his Hideaway card, which happens to be Return of the Wildspeaker. He picks the mode to pump all non-humans by +3/+3, and he also uses Beast Within on the Curiosity Crafter to blow it up. Unfortunately at this point though, we realize Simic players aren't always so great at math, since this still leaves Morgan alive after connecting. Johnny then realizes Morgan has him dead to rights on the crackback, and scoops it up. Game review time. So I'm not too sure because I'm not good at math either, but I think Johnny might have had Morgan dead to rights had it not been for that perplexing test bouncing all of his non-token creatures back to hand. I think he also unfortunately used the Beast Within at the wrong moment, and should have done it before moving to blockers, because that would have denied Morgan a flying blocker. Otherwise, it was pretty sweet to see Adrix and Nev, and Brutaclad did really well this game considering how many times I've seen him appear on the channel. I think Karn, Cyan, and Urza is a fantastic addition to the deck, and making the Construct token and then having all those fairies become it was beautiful. This game also made me realize that while my new additions to the deck are pretty sweet, like Season of Growth, I'm probably lacking in ways of dealing with a wide board like that. I do have Golgari Charm which would help against 1/1s, but beyond that, I'm pretty much out of luck. And unfortunately for Elliot, he didn't get to do a heck of a lot of anything. I will say that Sunforger activation was pretty critical to keep the Timestream Navigator off the board, but as we saw, I was easily able to recast it. This video wouldn't be possible without the help from my sponsors, Cool Stuff Inc., Multizone, Original Magic Art, and Alter Sleeves. But it definitely wouldn't be possible without the help from you, the viewers, and my patrons. So I just want to say thank you for watching, and to remember, friends are just opponents you haven't eliminated yet.